Tolerance is Extinction Part 1, X-Men 97. Wow, this has been a crazy, good, amazing season of X-Men. It's going to be hard to not make this feel like a shill video because I'm going to do no spoilers. It's really tough to tell you how awesome this episode is without really getting into spoilers and spoiling all the, there's tons of cameos, heroes and villains. The storyline is progressed. There's massive action, so all that stuff is there. I'm going to break it down using my space system. So story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. I'm going to give the storyline a 2 out of 2. This has just been so great, really building this story up to massive scale now. Bastian, if you've seen the last episode, that's not a spoiler, is sort of the main villain here, which makes sense in the timeline of the comics when this series is taking place. He's like an amalgamation of different Sentinels, Nimrod, and then so he's now creating, taking humans and merging them with tech, Sentinel tech, and making Prime Sentinels. And it's crazy because any one of these guys can just turn in. You're just you're in a mall and then boom, this guy's a Prime Sentinel. You're like, oh shit. So that's great. They've done, I'll get to the characters, but Cable coming back saying, okay, we got to figure out what we're going to do because, mutants are later enslaved, which is interesting. And so it's a lot of great ideas came together for this one. They're borrowing obviously from comics, but also mixing things up a little bit. You don't know where this is going. You're kind of when we discovered it was Bastion, I was like, oh shit, I would not have guessed that, right? You thought, oh, Mr. Sinister's behind something, right? And Mr. Sinister is there. Magneto was captured from last time. They kind of conclude that in this one as well. Professor X is coming back if you've seen the last one. So a lot going on here. Again, I'm going to keep this short. I don't want to do spoilers. Again, it's not a shill video as you've seen my other videos. I hate almost everything Disney has done with Star Wars. No, I think I do hate everything they've done with Star Wars. I pretty much dislike most of what they've done with Marvel. But this cartoon has just been stellar. And when it first started, we were a little bit nervous. Was it going to be good? We did hear some weird talking points, and you thought, oh God, here we go. And none of that has played a factor really at all. It's been stellar for me. It's progressively gotten really good. And we're just at the top now, where every episode is pretty awesome. For the pacing, I'm probably just going to give it a 2. I wasn't bored even for 1 second. The story was intriguing, finding Bastion's backstory, going to check out his mom and everything. That was neat. Just the stuff with all of the character moments, every character's, I'll get to characters momentarily. Every character has a little bit of something going on in this one. More so, I think, than in the last few. Cyclops is my favorite Marvel character. So he's obviously my favorite Marvel. He's obviously my favorite X-Men. Jean is top 5. So he's got a lot to do, good stuff. He's finally getting to show that, yeah, this guy's the leader, is doing awesome things. So yeah, really good. There's great action in this one. About halfway through, boom, action. So it's perfectly paced. For the artistry, the artistic look, obviously this is a 2 out of 2. It looks bloody amazing. Is Disney are they gonna be a-holes and not release this on 4K or Blu-ray or something? They better release it. Right. Anyways, I know they want to get people to Disney Plus. We get people to Disney Plus by letting them watch this a bunch of times. And if they can buy it, watch it, love it, then they're going to get Disney Plus to watch the next season, right? So make sure you guys release this. The cartoon is beautiful, great animation. It's exactly what I want. It looks like the old cartoon, but a little bit better. That's it. That's all anybody ever wanted. While I'm on the subject of artistry, I do want to mention my channel sponsor, which is beardedshirts.com. They got tons of X-Men shirts. This is the latest one I got. You've seen this one before, Dazzler, who I love Dazzler. This is the first appearance cover here of Dazzler. It's a print all over shirt, so you actually get it on both sides. They've got tons of these shirts. They pretty much, all those famous covers that you love from Giant Size and up, they've got all those as shirts, almost all of them. It's crazy. There's at least 40 or something that they've got. So check them out. The link is in the description below. If you join my channel as a member, you're entered into a draw to win something from Bearded Shirts every month. For the characters, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2, of course. All of the characters here are really good. Bastian is a great villain. I mean, Kurt, Kurt and Jean have a little, is it Kurt and Jean who talk? Yeah, Kurt and Jean have a little great conversation. There's great stuff with Magneto and that lady, I can't remember her name. Obviously the Summers family is awesome, just like their dialogue. Cable and Cyclops are great, talking back and forth. That's all good. There's a few cameos of characters who you know might not know. You're like, oh, it's like a 1-second cameo, but so good. Rogue's knocked out, so Rogue's kind of my favorite, I think, in this cartoon. She's kind of knocked out from last time. Jubilee and Roberto, like Sunspot, they're cool. I like them. I like this relationship with them. They're running around trying to figure out what's going on. Roberto's mom is one of these, like, I kind of sympathize, but I'm also kind of using it to kind of get money too. But like, I don't know. It's like she's an interesting character. It's hard to get a handle on what she thinks. Magneto in his silence is great. They do the this isn't a spoiler, but they do say Magneto was right, which is kind of a kind of a play. There's Cyclops is right. There's Magneto is right. So that's kind of fun. I don't know. I really liked everything that was going on in this episode. For the enjoyment factor, I'm giving it a 2, so I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Again, I want to remind you, this is not some sort of shill video. I'm not getting paid anything. In fact, most of these people probably hate me because I bash on everything that they come out with. But I believe that if I'm going to bash a terrible show like a She-Hulk, if I'm going to bash that forever, then I have to also praise if something is good. I believe in fairness. I want good product. I want to buy more toys. I want to do an X-Men 97 shelf. That could very well happen because this cartoon has been so good that it's getting me excited for X-Men product. She-Hulk, I love the character of She-Hulk. I wanted to add some She-Hulk collectibles, but that show was awful and it turned me off of She-Hulk. I actually stopped reading the series that came out. I was like, I don't care about She-Hulk. That's the kind of impact that a show or a cartoon can have. When it's good, it can really pump you up for the thing, and when it's bad, it just depumps and you're like, I don't care. So if something's really good, X-Men 97, I'm going to call it out. And I think this has been fantastic. This has been the best Marvel produced, or I guess Disney produced Marvel thing. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like my space system, despite now I just gave it a 10 out of 10 and I didn't really spoil it. Like, it's hard to scrutinize it and give you exact details without spoiling it. But anyways, if you like my system, you like the way I do this kind of thing, please like the video, please subscribe. But that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.